All right. All right, guys. Hello. This way you can see the screen. I'm going to go live with Ruben's thing and hopefully it works. We shall see. Go live. That should be fine. Let's see. All right. We're going to try this. We shall see. I have no idea. All right. Multi-guest is turned off. Turn it back on. Don't be evil. What do you mean it's turned off? Not available for what? Wait, what? After viewer wishes start? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Oh my God. TikTok already screwed it up. TikTok already screwed it up. I cannot believe this. Unbelievable. There we go. Oh my God, I hate TikTok. All right. Where, and of course, all right. Well, hey guys. Well, now we are trying to see if we can figure out where the senator's staff is. They're going to join us in a second if we can find them. It's never easy with TikTok, but hopefully this works. And at least you guys will be able to see over there. Viewers, hopefully. Auto accept request. This setting applies to all live streams. No, we're not going to do that. All right. Well, hopefully they're going to join us shortly. All right. That was bizarre. It wouldn't let me turn on the auto guest thing. I'm like, seriously? Now, of course, they're already invited, so I don't know what's going on. TikTok, you're so annoying. All right. Allow guest requests from followers. All right. All right. All right. This should be correct. All right. Oh, there you are. There you are. All right. I'm inviting you, Senator Gallego. So I just invited you. You may have to accept my invite, believe it or not. There we go. There we go. We can hear you. Hello. Oh, hello. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Sí, hay que hacer una entrevista en español un día, ¿sabes? Well, Ivo, fui a decir que podemos hacer algo en español, pero griego también, si quieres. Oh, I'm feliz por Ruben Gallego. We're going to lose everybody. You're funny. You don't actually know Greek, do you?
I know enough to get in trouble.
Yeah,
I want a scholarship to get the hell out of my neighborhood to
right.
Study in Greece for a summer.
Oh, get out!
Greece.
Oh,
and,
funny.
Since then, I picked up a lot of Greek there, and I just kind of continued to love it.
Oh, that's so. I had no idea. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's the basics. Yasu, Melene, Ruben.
Well, and
or when I was younger, Yasu Oreo Kurichi.
that means hello, little girl. Not little girl. Young.
Girl.
Yeah, but I mean in a good way. Yeah.
In a good way. Yes.
Yes. You're funny. Anyway, well, thank you for joining. TikTok, living hell trying to set this up. Thank your staff because you cannot imagine the. Anyway, TikTok, you can imagine.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Anyway,
good to see you too.
And good to see you too. So no, thank you for doing this. So we've got a ton of folks here. My moderators are going to try to look at some of the comments. I think we've got you for maybe half an hour if we're lucky. So we know votes happen. I'll do a quick introduction for folks just so folks know who you are. I'm also sort of streaming this to YouTube as best I can. Ruben Gallego, Marine Corps veteran, served in Iraq, elected last fall as junior U.S. Senator from Arizona. Ruben is a Democrat, previously served from 2015 to 2025 as a member of the U.S. House from Arizona. Sorry, yes? Oh, okay. And 2011 to 2014 as a member of the Arizona House of Representatives. He is the first Latino to be elected to represent Arizona in the Senate. And I did not realize you were half Colombian as well. I just assumed you were Mexican.
Never elected to Congress in the history of the country.
Yeah, no, I love Colombia. I've been, anyway, long story there, but yeah, I was in Colombia in 1995, which was, yeah, well, visiting friends with DEA and DIA. So it was, but it was beautiful, amazing. Anyway, love Colombia. But anyway, so I want to hit sort of the major topics. We might as well start with the shutdown since that's where we are right now. Trump is obviously trying to up the pressure. He's cutting off food stamps in 2 or 3 days. I was Googling this yesterday. During my show, we were talking about it. And wouldn't you know, most of the people on food stamps are in Republican states and Republican counties.
Yeah, because those are the poorest parts of the country.
Yep. Yeah. But what's he do? Yeah.
John, think about it this way, right? These assholes literally just cut billions of dollars worth of food stamps a couple months ago, essentially, so they could fund tax cuts for the ultra wealthy. And now they're turning around saying, "Oh, Ruben Gallego, you better give in, or else we're going to go after these people that we really, really care about." They don't care about them.
Right.
They don't care about federal government employees. They were literally just willy-nilly firing them just a few months ago. They literally got rid of the Department of Education, USAID. They got rid of VA employees. They're literally firing people, not giving them even one more month of health insurance, no severance, just keeping on doing it. Now they're like, now they're trying to pretend like somehow they're the protectors of government employees, the protectors of SNAP benefits. When in fact, the problem is they're losing this issue. They're losing the issue because people understand what we're fighting for. What we're fighting for is affordable health insurance. And now they're just trying to throw things at the wall to see what sticks, right? And it's just not sticking. Because normally if they would do this, it would work. The problem is, it doesn't work. These guys have been acting like assholes all year long. And somehow we're suddenly supposed to believe that they suddenly care about the poor.
Right.
Steve Scalise was I don't know what his role is over there with the Republicans in the House.
He's a big House Republican for folks out there.
Leadership, yeah. Whatever his title is, gets on behind the mic and Mike checks me my name and says that Ruben Gallego talks about caring about the pocketbook of everyday Americans. I'm like, first of all, thank you for using my narrative. That's what I love to do. Take my messaging and use it. Good job. Keep going, Scalise. But number two, he's like, well, what about the single woman who has kids right now? I'm like, those guys don't give a flying F about single moms. These guys have done everything, have pillared these women, these communities. I grew up in a family with a hardworking single mom. These guys have done nothing for them. And now when it's convenient to them, when they need to distract from the fact they're about to raise premiums in 24 million American families, doubling overnight, now they care about it because now it's their tool they get to use.
Right. Yeah. My subsidy, I calculated the other day, I'm probably going to lose $4,000 in subsidy if this doesn't get renewed. It's incredible the amount of money this is going to cost people.
Imagine, usually, and I'm making assumptions about your income, John.
Right.
But, your average American family, the median income, I think, in this country is still around $71,000. Right. And so $78,000. If you're dealing with a family of four, that's really not that much to begin with. No. Right. And coming from a background like mine, growing up poor, I understand budgeting. You have to budget, not because it's a tool, it's because it's survival. And all of a sudden, if you throw in $200, $300, $400 higher premium per month, and if you're dealing with a couple of kids, it'll add up. Yeah. And so now I got to cut somewhere, right? And when you're working class, you're already running in very thin margins. There's not much to get cheaper stuff. You could do, but at some point, there's only so much you can do, and so there's going to be two options: either you find the cheapest insurance you can to be responsible, or you just don't have it, and then you take some big risks. And then what do these guys do? Today they just announced that they're actually going to get rid of the exemption to medical debt when it comes to your credit reporting. Right. So we're going to take away people's affordable health insurance, and then we're going to fuck them on the other end by making sure they have a bad credit. Tell people briefly. For the credit.
Tell people briefly what that issue is. I know about it, but they may not.
So under under Biden, and this is something that happened for a while, something I personally have experienced, unfortunately, is that if you had credit, didn't pay your hospital bills or your family to pay hospital bills, they would send it to the credit reporting agency. The credit reporting agency would then assess if your creditworthiness. So your credit score would go down, right? So what does that mean? It means it's more expensive to get a car, credit cards, houses, and stuff like that. Why does that matter? Well, first of all, medical debt is one of those things that it's unavoidable, right? If you're sick, you're going to go to the hospital. You need to survive. You don't get to choose what hospital you get to. And it could be any hospital you go to, and prices could be absolutely different. You could be out of system, out of network, all this kind of stuff, right? And at the end of the day, you want to take care of your family. Now, because you didn't really have much of a choice as a consumer, even if you get essentially, raked over the coals for higher debt, and you can't pay it off, you're going to end up setting your credit history is going to get dinged, right? So what does that do? It means you can't, again, it's going to be more expensive if you get a car, get a loan, get whatever it is. It's also going to encourage people to not go to the hospital either. They're going to try to avoid doing anything as long as it's, doesn't hurt them and doesn't hurt their family. And you're just going to end up having more people getting sicker and sicker because they're just trying to avoid a situation like that. Right.
And basically Biden did it so that your medical debt would not impact your credit rating.
Credit debt, medical debt cannot go on the credit rating.
Bingo. And now Trump is making it so that it will again.
Right. Now, why is that? It's not exactly actually the hospitals that are, this is the other thing, it's not the hospitals that actually care that much about this, right? There's an actual Wall Street position where people will buy up bad medical debt, and then they will go and they will use their own methods to negotiate, some really good, for them, some really good profitable margins. And so this isn't that, the hospitals are hurting because of this. There's ways that we take care of them through the uncompensated care fund, all this kind of stuff. This is actually for a Wall Street move for people because we essentially what Biden did, he ruined a market that was very, very, very profitable because they would go and buy medical debt from hospital systems like pennies on the dollar, and then they would use extortionate kind of methods to get these people to pay their medical debt.
Right. So yet again, Trump doing something for rich Wall Street, et cetera. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the guy is an elitist. He takes care of the elite. That's everything you're seeing, covering up the Epstein files. This is him taking care of him and his elite buddies.
How are we doing on the shutdown? It looked like a couple of weeks ago, Republicans were starting to freak out about healthcare, which is great. And now, now we're hearing stories that maybe we're losing more Democrats. Where do you think it stands now?
Well, I don't think we're losing Democrats. I mean, the shutdown is here already. This is going until next week. Why is that? Even if we could get a compromise, Trump is overseas. Right. He doesn't believe in those auto pens either, so he can't actually sign a law. Right. The House of Representatives is out of session because Speaker Johnson is trying to protect pedophiles. So even if we pass a bill right now to get a CR out, to open government up, it won't even get signed to next week. Right. And that's when everyone starts getting their ACA rates. That's when people start realizing holy shit, my insurance premiums have just kind of jumped through the roof. Doesn't
this feel very much like George Bush the First? For me, it does. Bopping around the world. Yeah, but you read your history.
12.
I know, but you're a senator. You should know your history. George H.W. Bush. The economy was in trouble, and we're in recession, and Bush basically focused his presidency on foreign policy. Now, Bush was very good on foreign policy, but that's all he did was foreign policy. I feel with Trump, all he does is immigration, culture wars, and foreign stuff to try to get his Nobel Prize. When does this guy talk about inflation?
He's going to the places where he feels comfortable. He goes to the places where he gets his ass kissed. He knows if he goes overseas, foreign leaders are going to kiss his ass. Right. And he likes that. The Nobel Prize is never going to happen, but that's a different story here or there. On immigration, he is just betting that people aren't going to punish him for what he's doing right now. I think that's entirely wrong. He's going to be in trouble just for that when it at least comes to some Latino and other community voters. And I think he's trying to avoid. The other thing is he doesn't actually understand insurance. He doesn't understand health insurance. This is the man that's never had to buy health insurance. Never to go on the open market. Never to negotiate. Never have to worry about what's my deductible. And I was like, this guy probably doesn't know any of that. He doesn't know what a copay is. He doesn't understand any of that. Right. So he is out of his realm, and because he's out of his realm, Thune and Johnson, who hate the ACA, will just keep on manipulating him because he doesn't actually have any personal connection to it. He has zero understanding. I remember during the campaign, he would be talking about, the first go, we'll take care of health insurance. You can just go buy health insurance for $15 an hour, or $15 a month. I think he can't tell the difference between property insurance as well as other type of healthcare insurance. He's a fucking idiot, right? And the problem is that people around him are able to use that to get their political political wins. The funniest part is this guy's doing everything he can to redistrict the heck out of our congressional districts. Doesn't matter how much you redistrict the heck out of congressional districts. When you mess this up and 24 million people have their ACA premiums jumping through the roof, you're going to lose. You're going to get wiped out. And there's a reason why Johnson's very happy that he's overseas, Boone's very happy that he's not negotiating because they don't have to deal with their own membership. That's going to be really pissed off when they have to answer to the voter.
Do we know exactly when people find out about their new subsidy?
No matter what, it's November 1st.
Oh, November 1st. That early?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Open enrollment. Open enrollment goes from November 1st.
And by then you already find out about what subsidy you are or aren't getting. Okay, I wasn't sure because mine I've got to do with my taxes.
Some places get it earlier.
Okay.
Some places get it later.
Okay.
But November 1st is the way insurance works. They have to show it because you have to give a certain amount of people for them to actually shop.
Oh, that's true. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to decide. Yeah, like I already got my increase, surprisingly, low, 13%. It's still going up $150 a month. That tells you what my insurance costs. It's only going to be $1,650 now a month.
Right.
Wait until you get a little older.
Electricity is through the roof.
Yeah.
Food's through the roof.
Oh, electricity in this town. My God, my power bill is up probably 50%, and it's never coming back.
Do you live in a house or an apartment?
I'm in an apartment. My low bill. Oh, check this. My low bill is now $150 a month. My lowest bill used to be $80 a month. My high bill used to be $150 to $175. Now it's $225, $240. Meaning good months.
You don't want to know what an Arizona summer utility.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's gone, but they've gone up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's bad. Like I've always been, because when you grew up poor, you still have like poor boy mentality. I've always been the one that kind of watches like the thermostat. Like there's a stereotype of the dad, like don't touch the thermostat. I'm that guy, right?
That was mom.
Now you have like a little app that actually predicts like how much I'm going to pay at the end of the month, and like I get like a text notice if it's going above where I anticipated to my budget.
Right.
So like, trust me, I'm very very sensitive about this.
Yeah.
I make a good wage. I can't even imagine what everyone else is doing. In this country that don't make good wages. And you can't predict where utility goes.
Ruben, across the street at the grocery store, blueberries were $8 a bunch. $8. And on sale, they were $5. I was like, are you insane?
And do you have kids? You don't have
No,
kids,
I'm single, so it's better. But
these young kids, man, they're really into fruits. I don't know where this came from.
Right.
Like in my generation, it was like Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you got Pop-Tarts in the morning. Now, like, my 3 kids, like I wake up,
they want
fruit.
Make
them the pancakes. They're spoiled. They get their pancakes, and then I slice up their blueberries. I slice up their strawberries,
right?
And then for the 2-year-old, I gotta pop the blueberries because supposedly they. That's cute. Stuff to me. But it is so expensive. We go through it so much fruit. And like maybe it makes sense though. Like maybe I should have had more fruit growing up. I wouldn't be as short as I am, but like. It is so damn expensive. It's crazy. Yeah.
Let me a few more topics here. So, challenging Trump. Are Democrats the grassroots? And not forget the grassroots. In general, a lot of Democrats feel, certainly people I talk to on my show, they feel like Democrats aren't doing enough. I will say, I almost feel that way, but I also tell people I don't know what the hell to do at the same time. What do you think? I mean, what can you offer any reassurance to folks? I just, I think you speak out a lot. Obviously, Newsom's been great. Pritzker.
I speak out. I literally call out this administration every day. And still, when I go to my grocery store, or go to my local IHOP, someone comes like, "You need to be doing more to fight Trump." I'm like, "Well, what am I supposed to do? Like punch the guy? Like that's not how this world works." Like, I get it though. It's psychologically. You see what's happening and it gets you mad. Like I totally understand that. Like you want something and you want to show you want to feel like there's some level of power that can counteract that.
Yep.
The problem is like the way the world with the Constitution is designed. Yes, you're right. It's supposed to be either the Supreme Court or the House of Representatives or Senate. There was never this idea that there would be a complicit party to bearing power like this executive. So a lot of the pressure has to actually come from popular pressure pushing back in. We had to lead some of that too. I think also because there hasn't really been any elections that show like, oh my God, we still have a chance. We're still living. I think people are like need something. So I think like the New Jersey, Virginia elections are going to be a big trade opportunity for people to see like there is a chance. We have a chance. The ballot box is our place to do it. But their frustration is not unfounded. I understand why they're feeling this because sometimes I feel it. I'm a senator. Like, I get it. And then I do have colleagues that could step up more, could be more aggressive, but they have had, I think a lot of them have been trained in an old way of doing things in the Senate that just don't exist anymore.
Well, it's, I was trying to explain this during one of our broadcasts the other day, and I was talking about how, we're like, I've spent a lifetime doing political activism, but not like this. Not against people. Also, in America, I never worried about my safety before. I never worried about somebody trying to imprison me. Now I do. And that's unique because I would go to Europe and talk to European friends and they'd say, the kind of stuff you do going after the vice president, Vice President Cheney, you'd be in trouble here in Europe. And I was like, oh, in my country, they'd never touch you. Now they would touch you.
Well, like, for example, I know Latinos that normally would be organizing protests, and they're afraid that if they do, that they're going to get arrested. For those that, I know naturalized citizens, U.S. naturalized citizens that are afraid that if they do anything, that they'll try to denaturalize them. Like that's the thing. Like it's a real thing. Yeah,
I've got a friend who's been here 25 years, and he's afraid because he's political Democrat, outspoken, is afraid they're going to go through his file and try to find something wrong.
Yeah. Look, we have those conversations among as the senators and members of Congress. Like, it's entirely I would not be entirely surprised if they try to come after a couple of us, especially if we start getting even more and more reach and be able to really
Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff, for starters.
Yeah, exactly. Adam Schiff. So you
take Trump at his word.
Like all these other people.
Yeah.
They're going to figure out a way to try to get to you. Now, to their credit, they're not afraid, and I wouldn't be afraid either. But there are other people that it does have an effect on. Right.
What about the elections? And I'm not asking you an election question. I'm asking you an election sanctity question. Governor California said he's worried whether we're going to have elections in 2026 or 2028. And I used to think that was sort of, pie in the sky. Oh, come on. Now with this guy, he did try to overthrow the government last time he lost an election. So we know that's the baseline, right? Why?
Look, I think you have to run for office. You have to run for the election, expect democracy to happen. But I think we should all be ready to hit the streets. As soon as it gets bad, just hit the streets and we, shut down streets. If this is for democracy, I'm talking about, if democracy is on the line and they try to take away people's access to the ballot, they try to stop the count or anything else like that, no bullshit. We take to the streets and we shut it down, shut everything down. Okay, right? So it
literally is sort of general strike, so to speak.
General strike.
Okay.
Don't buy anything. Don't go to work. Don't protest everywhere you can. When it hits that point, that's it. I know someone's like, oh, we have been. Like, no, I'm talking like straight up.
Yeah.
Nothing moves. Everyone stops working. No.
Right.
Like people, it'll affect the economy.
Yeah.
And more importantly, leaders will understand that you can't fuck around with people in their democracy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think Newsom it's okay for him to be worried, but I'd rather plan. Right. Yeah. I want to plan for success, and I want to also plan for us to be able to push back in case they do try to do stuff like that. And that's when we really bring it. And look, there's a lot of people sitting on the sidelines right now that aren't joining us, but they will if it gets to that point. That's the point where I think you're going to see a lot more mobilization among Americans where now you've crossed the line.
Yeah, no, I agree. Good. And the people are loving you in the comments, by the way. No, because it's funny. They've been talking about a general strike. And I was saying, well, I don't feel like this is the time, but also we don't tend to do things like that. But
We're not, it's not just not the time. It's that we don't have
we're not there yet.
Does that make sense?
Sorry.
So we have our consistent activist base.
Right.
Even your mod Democrats that will show up to a protest.
Right.
But to get to a point where you could have a true mass mobilization, a true sick out, call out. This is when we call every union that we can, and we say hey, have your workers not fly. Flight attendants. Flight attendants don't show up, flights don't fly. Get pilots, whatever you can to join you, just to basically bring everything to a total standstill and halt. And that way, that's how you put pressure on a regime such as the Trump administration.
I hope somebody's planning that, so at least we're ready to go. Yeah. La. Next topic. Inflation. Topic we never hear about from Trump, but I'm quite serious. should we be talking about it more? Just because it was the #1 issue of why he got elected.
That's all I talk about.
No, not you. I mean, in general, yeah. Because I mean, and inflation.
And it sucks because everyone's like, "Oh, worried about democracy." Like, I get it, but most people that aren't us nerds, they care about the cost of everything, and it's hard out there. I mean, again, I don't have, I don't come, I have a good salary, and so I'm not that worried as much. But I still have, again, that poor boy mentality, and I luckily live in a very working class area of Phoenix, so I actually get to see what's happening, and people aren't shopping as much. People aren't going to the stores as much. My local IHOP that usually has a line out on Sundays after church. There's not been a line for the last 4 or 5 months.
Oh, interesting.
That people are cooking breakfast at home with their family.
Is that part Latinos being afraid of going out, or is that more economy is not doing well?
I think it's more of economy, just because it's like the area that I live in is very, very Latino, but generational families. So a lot of U.S. citizens.
Interesting.
But they're not. They're not going to the stores, and it's because of the cost of inflation. When you're in that kind of income bracket, you start making choices, and you know that eating out is a luxury versus paying that utility bill, paying the insurance, whatever it is. And but it's all expensive. As I told you, utilities are up. Health insurance up. Property insurance, by the way, is through the roof. Why does that matter? If you own a home and you have a mortgage on it, you have to have property insurance, right? So
interesting.
No matter what happens, you got to go find it.
I didn't realize it was going up. That's interesting.
Oh yeah. Properties, well, a lot of reasons why, but we have a lot of insurance. We don't have as many insurance companies anymore, so there's only a few of them left. And disasters here, disasters there, and there you go. Prices start going up. Housing. Maybe it's like stabilizing some areas, but now you're adding 2 things. Number one, most of our lumber for building comes from Canada. This guy is in a fight with Canada over a stupid fucking commercial. Yeah. And then the people that work construction, either we're deporting them or they decide that they don't want to actually get themselves in a position where they are going to get harassed. And that's very tough work. I used to do construction growing up. It is not easy work to do, especially in some really hard climates and weather. And now you have a costs that are just kind of rising. So everything is moving up, and people are feeling it, and they're pissed, man. I tell you, they're mad. And good. Yeah, I'm that weird Democrat that got Trump Gallego voters.
Right.
We got somewhere between 80 to 100,000 Trump voters to vote for me. So some Trump voters that voted for me feel comfortable coming and talk to me when they see me in public. And they're like, "Oh, I'm happy I voted for you," but like nothing's happening. Like everything's still expensive. Like
And he doesn't. Seriously, look at the George Bush history, because it really is fascinating. George Bush, the father. I mean, he lost because we were in a recession, and he focused on international the entire time, and people were pissed. This was Gulf War I. I mean, he did an amazing job. And the dissolution of the Soviet Union, he was good at foreign policy, but he did not focus on domestic, and it bit him in the ass. And this guy, I mean, what blows my mind is just the last week, he talked again about how inflation's over, everything's fixed. And I'm like, dude, you can lie about a lot of stuff very effectively. You can't lie about prices, because people go to the store, and my sticker shock got even worse yesterday when I went to the grocery store. It's horrible.
I mean, you could lie to everybody, but you can't lie to somebody about their checking book.
Bingo.
Just checking it out. Just isn't. And I guarantee you, people think like I think. They notice the difference. They notice that little bump here, a little bump there. And that's a problem. It's like everyone, like the way that you're getting hit right now, it's like gas is probably fine, which is probably a sign of a bad economy more than anything else. But like food is here, then utility, then property insurance, then your rent. It's just like it just starts going up. So even if you get like a small little increase in your pay, it gets eaten up.
Oh, apparently water's gone up significantly. A friend who's got a house was telling me his water bill tripled in DC. And I was like, oh my God, we're thinking water too. It's people are getting, and we're worried about recession. We're worried about losing jobs now. I mean, it's I mean, I hope it doesn't happen, but it's just,
To summarize what's happening, the Republicans are making this country sicker and poorer. It's all they're doing. Whatever they think they've been able to do, they've failed, and they've made all of us sicker and poorer. Very simple.
You got to go in a couple minutes. I mean, I'm not going to kick you out if you got more time, but maybe talk a little bit about Ukraine and Russia before you go.
Well, I mean, look, this guy,
He's being good again, Mr. Taco.
Ish. Yeah. I mean, the problem is that like when Donald Trump effectively uses, the government, our military, and our foreign policy apparatus, it's to complement him, not in the national interests, right? Or to help whatever grift he's doing.
Right.
And he's making decisions like on how nice a leader is to him and how versus what's in the best interest of this country. The best interest of this country is for us to destroy Russian capability, for them to have any offensive capability anywhere around the world.
Yep.
They, let them stay as a country, obviously, let them have their sovereignty, let them have defensive forces, because we think any country should be able to do that. But, there's nothing better that could happen for us to arm Ukraine to the teeth, to be able to destroy the capability of them to actually be an aggressor in this world. Because what we see and what we've seen repeatedly from, Russia to the Soviet Union to Russia again, is that given the opportunity, they will always try to expand and grab more land, right? They would do anything to destroy our country, our way of life, our institutions, our leadership in the world. Why aren't we doing everything short of war to fuck with them?
Right.
That wouldn't be, right? That it makes zero sense. That's what we should be doing. And you have a country that's willing to do it to help themselves, to preserve their culture, their country, their sovereignty. And at the same time, you get to keep an alliance together that has been a stabilizer, in Europe for, more than 70 years. Why not do that? While at the same time, you have China that's looking and seeing what happens here.
Bingo.
Because if Russia is able to separate us from our goals in Ukraine, from Ukraine's goal, from the goal of NATO and our European partners to actually have a solidified front and stop, an aggressive, illegal war from the Ukrainians, by the Russians, they're going to look at this and say, you know what, Taiwan does not seem like that bad of an option. We could withstand the world, incriminations or recriminations, whatever the word is, even more so than Russia, because we have a bigger economy, people need us more than anything else. That's the danger that's happening here. Go on. What we do in Ukraine is going to end up determining what happens really in China.
Do you think Republicans, at first I thought no, and now I think yeah. Do you think Republicans will let Trump get away with possibly abandoning Taiwan to China?
Yes.
That's my fear. Is initially I thought that was a Republican red line, right? No. Now I don't think there's anything.
These guys don't have any red lines anymore. They're more afraid of Donald Trump than potentially what it would do to destabilize the world if China takes Taiwan.
Yeah. And
the problem is he's so dumb. They could try to convince him what's the difference? We're the same people. It's not going to be it's like all these things.
And here's a hotel.
That he absolutely fall for. He is a dumbass.
And they're going to strike some deal.
Policy, he could absolutely fall into a trap.
Yeah. They'll offer him some deal on something that he wants. Again, Nobel. We'll help you with peace in the Middle East. Oh, we'll give you a hotel. Oh. Right?
Yeah, it's entirely that. Again, this is not about the national interest of the country. It's the national personal interest for him, and he'll use us all of it.
Maybe anybody got a quick question for Ruben before he goes?
Give me one quick one.
Since I didn't sort of get any of your guys' questions here. Throw us a good one fast here, folks. Come on.
There are a lot of people watching, man.
Although honestly, we normally get more, but normally I put titles such as, Trump's fascism, things like that. Yeah. I was being nice with you being here, so we've got half the crowd we normally do.
Senator from Arizona.
Well, I thought, I didn't want to say Trump's a fascist for you, but then again, maybe that wouldn't have been an issue. That's a good point. Let's real quick talk about Grijalva. So a new U.S. Congresswoman was elected from Arizona, Democrat, and the Republicans are refusing to seat her. Maybe talk a little bit about that, and then we'll set you free.
Well, basically, it's very simple. She's going to be the 218th signature on the discharge petition for the Epstein files, and Johnson wants to protect pedophiles. That one of those pedophiles may be the president, but it's definitely a lot of very elite friends of the Republicans, maybe Democrats. Actually, don't care. But there's no reason why you should be covering up for a bunch of elite pedophiles, especially after the Republicans have run talking about, pedophilia for gazillionaires. At the same time, you're also, re-assaulting these poor women again, who feel that they're not getting any justice. And let's be clear. There's a lot of weird things here. Like, why is it the president is so involved in this? Why did he move like, Miss Maxwell from a maximum security prison to a minimum security prison where they do yoga, every day?
Right.
Like, why is it that, he has been so involved and had the FBI scrub it? Like, at some point, it all points to something. And the fact is that now Johnson has kept the House representative out and not not coming back into session for the longest time in history, all because they're afraid of what's going to come out of those files. So it's all bullshit. The Republicans and Republican Congress and the Speaker of the House are doing this because they're trying to protect pedophiles. And it's sad that they want to protect these powerful elite pedophiles over justice and now over democracy, refusing to teach somebody that. And it's a really sad statement about what's going on, what's happened to the Republican Party.
And just the quick summary for folks, what he's talking about is basically if she gets sworn in, which she's supposed to be because she won, there are probably enough votes to force passage of legislation that would basically release the Epstein files. And therefore, the Republicans are staying in recess. They're staying on vacation for a month so that they don't have to swear her in and the Epstein files don't have to be released, which was
I guarantee you that if we actually pass something to open government and get like our ACA premiums extended, he'll find an excuse to stay out of session because he does not want to deal with this.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to let you go. East wing of the White House. Last comment.
I mean, he's replacing it with a trash mahal, which is like just disgusting that he's doing this to our country, our legacy, your house. It's a sad. We shouldn't be surprised. I joked about it, how we need to name it the Obama Ballroom when the next president comes. People are saying we should tear it down. I mean, I have an opinion. Yeah, we should actually tear it down. I think we can't reward bad behavior. The fact is, like, he's going against our legacy. And again, it just shows like what a simple-minded, selfish man he is.
Yeah. Yeah. I was reading something the other day saying that part of the reason he did it was to show he could do it. Right.
That's a lot of what he does.
I can even destroy part of the White House and you can't stop me.
Yeah. The man's trying to compensate for a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely. Well, we've got Ruth Ben-Ghiat coming on Thursday. She is an authoritarian expert. So we're going to hope she's going to scare the hell out of us. And we're hoping she gives us a little more hope too. We'll see.
Hopefully you guys can sleep at night. I tried to too.
Yeah, barely. All right. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Ruben. You're doing good work.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, man. Bye-bye.
Calanita.
Yeah. Yes. All right. I don't know how to disconnect you. Oh, there we go. There we go. Ah, that was good. That was good. Let me, is he not great? I mean, I always say, I'm trying to adjust my camera here. I always say he and Richie Torres are like my two favorite members of Congress because both of them are so on point with the messaging. Oops, I'm adjusting my camera for Discord and YouTube as we talk here. Yeah, just so no bullshit. Again, more Democrats need to be sort of fearless. Oops, wrong way. Sorry, still adjusting my camera here. There we go. Oops. Why is it zoomed in? I don't know why it's zoomed in. Sorry, guys. Trying to figure this out for... Oh, it's sideways. There we go. Let's try that. Oops. There we go. Sorry, I was using my my camera, my phone as good enough. My phone is my camera for YouTube and Discord, but it's a little complicated. Oh, okay. Too late, Ash. Ashley just sent me a question. Sorry, Mustard. I was looking earlier to see if Ashley had messaged and she hadn't. So I was like, oh, well. Anyway, well, that was good. Isn't he great? I mean, is he not great? I mean, there's other ones. Yeah. I don't know Jasmine Crockett. She seems very good too. I mean, I know who she is, of course. But yeah, Ruben's just amazing. I do not see us doing a 6 o'clock tonight since this is already, we might as well hang out another 20 minutes and get an hour show out of this. I'm still trying to adjust my camera here. 1 second, guys. Let's try this. Oops. I think, hang on. La. Almost. Actually, I can probably sit back a little and relax and it'll make my camera angle better. Woo. Sorry, everything's all over the place here. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to skip there we go. That's not too bad. I'm going to skip the 6 o'clock since we're already, okay, that's pretty good. Okay, he's good enough for YouTube and Discord there. The video is zoomed in. Ain't a lot we can do about it. It's doing whatever the hell it wants to do. Nothing I can do about it. Now you get to see my pretty face. Anyway, yeah, I love the. I mean, he has a good. Oh, that's right. I can read. I didn't change the image. He had a really good point about the ballroom, because I was thinking of tearing it down, but I wasn't totally thinking of Ruben's argument, which is basically you can't reward the bad behavior, right? That you have to tear it down. In order to make amends on all of this, you have to tear the ballroom down, right? I flipped it. I thought I was now how you wanted me to be, people. Is this the reverse? You confuse me. I just flipped it. No, this is the right way now. This is the right way. Yeah, this is the right way now. Oh my God. But yeah, no, I thought that was a good point. He does. Now we've got, like I said, Ruth Ben-Ghiat coming on Thursday. She is a fascism expert. She will scare us, but she will also hopefully give us some idea of what can be done. I loved what Ruben said about a general strike. That's very interesting because, some of you have talked about a general strike. As I said, I don't think we're there yet, which also Ruben said too. Like, this is bad. This isn't bad enough for the general strike. It's not. I don't think it is. Oh, that's right. Happy birthday, Ash. I knew it was your birthday, of course, but I totally spaced out. It's Ashley's birthday today. Moderator Ashley, our friend and colleague. Thank you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ashley. Happy birthday to you. So yeah, she got the birthday song. But what Ruben said, we just had Senator Ruben Gallego, U.S. Senator, on. Oh, that's right. I can plug my microphone in now. Now that we're done with that, hang on. I can put my good mic in on. Doop. There we go. Now you guys can hear me on TikTok better. I had to have the mic unplugged so you could actually, we could hear Ruben and it was complicated. It was complicated. But very interesting what the senator said about if Trump tries to call off the election, either of the elections, people need, or something similar, people need to pour out into the streets and shut the country down. He said general strike. He said literally, not just in the streets, shut down the economy if that happens, which I thought was very, I have not heard somebody that senior say that yet. Mustard, was it your birthday too? Did I miss? Maybe I did know this. Sorry. Missing birthdays here. Anyway, that was good. Yeah. Like he was very good. Very good. I get his definitely no bullshit straight shooter. That's for sure. That's for sure. But yeah, Ruth will be on Thursday, our fascism expert. You missed it. We just had U.S. Senator Ruben Gallego on for about half an hour. Really good. He's great. I mean, that's why I said I love him. I mean, I agree with his positions on everything I've ever heard. His politics are very similar to mine, I would say, in many ways. Good Democrat, not far left, not a conservative Democrat either, though. Clearly strong on defense or hawkish on defense, which I am as well. Sure, Ocean. Thank you. But yeah, he's just very, and like I said, Richie Torres, I'm going to try to get Richie. Richie's not a TikTok fan, but I'm going to try to get Richie because Richie Torres is amazing. And I've had him on my podcast before. He's the other one who's amazing with messaging, really, and very smart as well. Anyway, I'm tired now. But yeah, I'm not going to do the show at 6 since we did this. The interview is on YouTube since I was recording. What I did was I used my camera behind me focusing on the screen. So Ruben is from Chicago originally. Yes, he's a Chicago boy, now an Arizona boy. But I had my camera focusing on the iPad screen so you could see us and hear us. It's not going to be perfect. I mean, because it's literally watching an iPad screen, but it's something, So, and the other thing is I'm going to try to download the video, which I can, and upload it to YouTube, but let's see. TikTok doesn't always download well in that regard. Yep, I did see the Israel news. Hamas violated the ceasefire, so Israel is going to do some bombing. There were a number of stories. I didn't really prepare other news for today. Trump is talking about invading more American cities. Quelle surprise. What else? Like I said, my grocery store visit earlier today, my God. I mean, more of the prices. Like I said, blueberries, $8 for blueberries. I was like, $8 for blueberries. Thank you, Crystal. Just insane. Absolutely insane. Thank you for reposting, Senator Gallego. I mean, it blows my mind every time I go to the grocery store. The prices are worse, and this time was a real jump. I'm trying to think some of the other. What were some of the other foods that I saw that were so much higher? Shoot, I can't remember now what I was looking at. What was it? One of the things that I used to buy is up 50% now. What was it? It was chocolate. It was chocolate. And I'm trying to remember whether it was, I think actually chocolate chips are up 50%. There was something else because I looked at it and I said, that used to be $3 and it's $4.50 now. They upped. Oh my God, my Ghirardelli chocolate bars. Okay. I like my fancy stuff. Okay. Ghirardelli chocolate or Ghirardelli, right? Ghirardelli chocolate bars. They're very good. They're very good for cooking. And I like to buy like the 72% one because it's good for you. And it's also good for cooking. The 72% Ghirardelli used to be $3 at my grocery store. It's now $4.50. Guys, in the last year, it went up 50%. That's insane. I mean, that's completely insane. Now, chocolate's been having some issues economically, but still, there's no excuse for that. I mean, no, like I said, those blueberries, $8 for blueberries. Are you insane? I'm not paying that. You know, my favorite jam is now $8.60. Not buying that. That's for sure. Thank you, Terry. No, it's funny. Ruben said, Ruben reminds me of my mom, but also Callum accused me of being not stingy. What the senator said about, you know, being careful, sort of growing up poor and being careful with the money you spend. I did not grow up poor. Mom didn't grow up poor, but mom, you know, grew up during the Depression, and mom was always super careful about money. And she got me that way too. Like, I like nice stuff, but I will double and triple check looking for deals and wait on Amazon a few weeks for the price to drop and that kind of stuff. And I was thinking of this with regards to the food. Oh yeah. Like, you know, I was able to get some Indian food that I like in the frozen section that was 2 for $1. And I was like, okay, 2 for $1, that's pretty good, right? Instead of $5 or $6, it's $2 or $3. Okay, that I can handle. But I wait for stuff like that. These prices, I mean, I guess people are shopping anyway, but my God, and again, Trump doesn't talk about it. He never talks about inflation. It's Saffron Road. That's exactly what I bought. Yeah, Lisa, they're very good. That's exactly what I bought. And they're doing a 2 for $1 special, at least at the Harris Teeter's in town. I was like, yes. No, just insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah. Anyway, oh man. Oy, 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 oy. Monday mornings. Depending where, I guess. Okay, find out. You may. Water heater. What else, guys? What else? I did not prepare, like I said, any more news since we were going to be talking to Ruben today. And like I said, I will try to download that and at least put it up on YouTube. It's really hard to edit just because you've got like a whole file. We can see, maybe I can grab some snippets. I can try. Maybe I can grab some snippets and put them on TikTok if I'm able to. I'm going to try. I'm not sure what the quality is going to be or anything else, but I'll try. Hamburger, $6.34 a pound. Wow. Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube. Like I said, I interviewed Senator Gallego, came from Arizona for about half an hour. Really good talk. So you can go find that on YouTube. But at least now for the Discord and TikTok people or YouTube people, was it okay watching the iPad? I wasn't sure if it was just too weird. Although it's better than just hearing his voice, I'm guessing, right? But it's kind of weird watching an iPad. It's like watching a recording or something, you know? Thanks for following me. I keep forgetting to ask folks to follow me. Thank you for that. You know, it's funny too. And it's funny, like I'm embarrassed because since I didn't put a polemical title, our viewership was down and Ruben thought it was a lot. I was like, we get twice as much as that normally. Although in the aggregate, it's good viewership. But it worked. That's what I felt. That's what I felt like. It worked in a pinch. It felt pirated. No, actually, that's going to be funny. That's going to be funny if YouTube looks at it and thinks you stole the video from somewhere else. No, I didn't think of that. That's exactly what it looks like. You're right. You're right. Here's a video of my video. Nope, it was live. It was just weird. Weird but live. All right, see you, Andre. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Anyway, what else, guys? What else? He did. Well, yes, Lisa, very interesting, actually. When I asked the senator we were talking to Senator Ruben Gallego of Arizona a minute ago. And when I asked him about Trump stealing the elections, I mentioned Governor Newsom, very worried about Trump calling off the elections in 2026, possibly 2028. And Ruben said, if he does that, we're shutting down the country. He said, people are going to be in the streets and we're literally going to shut down the economy, which I thought was very interesting. Very interesting. That was much more frank than I expected. I'm glad to hear it, and I'm on Ruben's side on this one, but that was much more of a frank assessment than I expected. That was good. And it means we're going to have Democratic leaders joining us in shutting down the country if Trump basically calls off the elections or steals the elections in some way, in some serious way. That's good. I agree with Ruben. I don't think we're there yet. What's going on is horrible. I don't think it's there yet in terms of shutting down the country, even though it's horrible. But that was good to hear. So that's true. It's earlier in the day. That's true, Flying Medic. Yeah, you're right about that. Yep. Yep. Mike reports Indian refineries are rapidly dropping Russian oil. That is true. We're glad to hear that. Yeah, well, somebody's complaining about the homeless in Arizona and attacking Ruben. Well, guess what the lady he beat would have done about the homeless in Arizona? They would have been living in Mexico right now. So please, you jest. You're either that's a kind of Republican troll comment, or that's the kind of stuff from those fringe crazy Democrats who are still beating up on Kamala Harris. They're still cheering the fact that they helped Kamala Harris lose, when it's like, yeah, you got Donald Trump elected. Congratulations. So yeah, you would have preferred Kari Lake. Yeah, you go. You go see how Kari Lake would have treated your buddies on all these issues you care about. And you can join your Palestinian friends and your Latino friends who voted for Trump. And you can have a party of how all of you feel having voted for him. So yeah. I don't think it's the only condition on which people take to the streets, him stealing the elections, but I think Trump has to cross some horrific red line. It could be martial law. It could be opening fire on civilians. I don't know. But I think even though he's been so bad right now, he has to cross the line in some bigger way. For it to be like shutting down the country in terms of our response. Yeah, like I think it's too early on the careful with the stock stuff, PC. Even TikTok itself might think you're a spammer or something. I know you're not, but you want to be careful. Like, I don't talk about crypto too much for that reason either. I do this for a living, Glenn. My background is politics. I'm a lawyer by training. My background is politics, international affairs, journalism. And I've done a lot of stuff with the internet and politics for decades now. And several years ago, decided to start doing full-time news reporting and news analysis. Not news reporting, but news analysis, really. Because my background, just that. I know a lot about, I've been living and working in Washington, D.C. politics for 40 years. I know a lot about the issues, And I think the journalism background also gives me a little bit of a better sense on hopefully how to analyze them and explain it to people. So anyway, so this is what I do full time. So if you like it, subscribe or buy some gifts. I enjoy neo-journal. Actually, neo-journalism, that's a good name for it. It sounds a bit like neocon journalism, but yeah, neo-journalism. That's very funny. Do I use my links? I'm not sure what that means. So yeah, I'd be careful just with PC. It's just because it sounds like discussing stocks. Like at first I thought, oh, that's a troll. And then I saw your name and I went, oh, he's not a troll. But I thought it was somebody being trolly. Oh, that's a fun Halloween get. Was it Annie? Thank you, Annie. And Cody with the creepy crab. That crab thing always blows my mind. Oh, I mean, I've got my my link tree links in my profile links to my LinkedIn. You can go to my LinkedIn and read all about me. Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't sure what you were asking. Yeah, my background's there. Anyway, Mark Kelly, I would love Mark Kelly. Yeah. Well, this one, and also this with Ruben is very helpful because I've had a lot of these guys on my podcast, but I haven't had a lot of them on the TikTok show. This will help a lot. So thank you, Ruben, for that as well. Having a senator on the show makes it so that everybody else goes, okay, right? You're normal. Because otherwise they're kind of wondering, who are you? You know, is this going to be a normal, like, do you have enough reach? Or is this are you a good witch or are you a bad witch? Right? Like, is this going to be weird? And having a prominent senator on helps very much. Thank you, Adventures, in that regard of giving you the verisimilitude or the credibility to get other people to come on. He was here for half an hour. I actually sort of let him go because they had said they wanted to do half an hour. And I didn't want to keep forcing him with more questions because I thought he was going to I thought politely he might do it, but you know, they said half an hour, which means they're busy. So for a senator to come for half an hour is a very generous thing. Thank you, Cody. So yeah, he came for half an hour. It was good. Like I said, the video's on YouTube. I will try to download it and then upload it again on TikTok. TikTok allows me to download stuff, but it doesn't always work. Thank you, Adventures, for the hat. But I'm going to try to download it and then upload it again on TikTok just as the full video, or maybe I'll take out my half, you know, and then I will, if I can do that, I'll try to upload it on YouTube as well. But let's see. I have no idea. If they had is fun. It's a cute gift. Yeah, there's a number. TikTok finally got a number of really cool, cute new gifts, which is nice. You know, so anyway, oh, you did get a TikTok notification. That's a shocker. German, you missed the show. We had the senator on. I know TikTok just doesn't notify people enough. Although a number you did get the notification today, which is good. Yeah. They wouldn't allow people to join. Well, see that now that's one thing I was trying to find. People didn't have a hard time coming in, did they? It kept booting me. It kept booting you guys? No, everybody else was fine. Oh, I'm sorry. I see what you mean. Sure. I mean, I'll talk to friends sometimes as well. Yeah. I mean, a lot of news I just get from the news. It's more a matter of trying to use my background to explain the news and what's actually going. Like, what is Trump really doing? Like what are Democrats really doing? Why are they doing it? Is Trump really going to do X, Y, and Z? Can Democrats really do anything? It's that kind of more analysis. Okay, good. Okay, so for most people, you didn't have a problem getting in. Okay, that's good. No, because I was worried because I used a special feature today that I could invite a guest, which I did for the senator, but it wasn't, I don't even think it worked anyway. I still had to like invite them right here anyway. But I used the same feature for Ruth on Thursday. Thank you, Deep Blue. So we'll see if it works. Thank you, Tarad. Appreciate that. Anyway, well, I'm going to go in a minute, guys. We've been doing this for an hour. Like I said, I'm going to try to download the interview with Ruben, the senator, and if I can, I will get it uploaded. Maybe I'll grab a couple segments of it. Ruben Gallego, who's a United States Senator from Arizona, Democrat, very good, young guy, former Marine. Oh, they never say former Marine. Was a Marine. I don't even know what, I forget. Marines aren't supposed to say former. They're always a Marine. But a U.S. Marine, fought in Iraq, and just a really good, smart, strong messaging guy. Really stands up to Trump and the Republicans. I'm not going to do the regular show because this went on for an hour. So this will be the show for tonight. But yeah, it was good. It was good. It was very good. So, you know, TikTok can serve its purposes sometimes, you know? Anyway. All right, guys, I think I'm going to sign off since we've been doing this for an hour. And as I said, I want to try to download the video anyway, which is not always easy, to see if I can then edit some of it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow, you know, the editing. I'll try to grab some now. But if I can grab the whole thing, I can at least try to put the whole thing on. Actually, I can try to upload the whole thing to TikTok. Let's see. For starters, the quality may not be great, but at least it's there, which is good, you know? No, TikTok, that what's interesting too is once I finish the live, I'll get the data. TikTok tends to reach a lot of people. Like, even though we've got 500 people simultaneously, it could be 10 or 20,000 people overall, which isn't bad. It is funny though, but because I thought putting a U.S. Senator would give me more of a, more cachet of people coming. More people come when, maybe it's the trolls, more people come when I attack Trump in the title of the show, which is very funny. And it's funny now, having talked to Ruben wouldn't have cared if I said we're talking about Trump's fascism in the title, but I was trying to be nice. You know, what do you do? What do you do? Anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to sign off, but yeah, you can find the show over there. I'm going to sign off. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow. So we're back Wednesday, 6 o'clock Eastern, the usual time. But thank you for joining us tonight. It was a good show. You can find it on YouTube. And at the very least, hopefully I'm going to download it and be able to send it to you guys shortly if I can. So it'll be up on TikTok too. All right. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a really good night. I appreciate you coming. This worked out well. And remember, Ruth, the fascism expert, is joining us Thursday at 6. So that'll be a big deal too. All right, Jeffrey, say yeah. All right, 1 second here. YouTube, I know the camera did zoom in. What do you do? All right, and then